We're getting live, and we may be live right now on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? This is Sauerkraut, and this is Don Pearse. We are in conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut, and today we have a special guest, Corey Stevenson, with us. We're going to talk more about that soon, but first we got to get some stuff out of the way, such as like, subscribe. All that stuff that you want to do usually, and make sure that, first off, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me out there.
I can hear you over here, dude.
Yeah, I know you can hear me, and we can hear you, but I want to make sure everybody on the YouTube world can hear us. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the radio if you're joining us from Access Radio as well. We're glad that you are here. I'm just going to adjust the screen here a little bit. Sorry.
I got you because we're still in the middle of the commercial.
Yeah, well, that's okay. So they can hear us.
Hey, good morning, by the way.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. And
good morning, Corey. How are you over there? People can see you, too. We might as well say good morning to you.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah. So
I'm going down in 8.
Okay, let's hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn that subscribe button silver.
There we go.
Or gray, and we got that stuff out of the way, so now we can get on with the radio show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're in conversation with Access Radio and, of course, Don Pearse and Sauerkraut. Today we have the #1 new mega sensation, Mr. Corey Stevenson, here with us today. So right off the bat, hey, let's start off with a little Corey right here on In Conversation with Southern Proud and Mr. Corey Stevenson on Access Country Radio. We're clear of the radio.
All right,
good morning,
there you go.
Corey. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Just waking up and getting my day started.
That's it. Hey, kind of having a long night, I heard. Out jamming last night.
Yeah, pretty much 5 nights a week.
5 nights a week. Full-time gig for you, this country music thing.
Yeah, country, rock, blues. I mean, a little bit of everything.
No holding you back, right? I've seen a lot of stuff on your YouTube channel, man. You look like you have fun out there.
You got to. That's part of it.
That's cool, man. We're just playing your song, Southern Proud, here on the radio. The radio's can't hear this, just YouTube. So, if you want to listen to Corey's music on the radio, on Access Radio, you have to go to www.accessradio.ca, hit that country link, and you're going to hear Corey's music right now. But too bad if you don't.
And if you're here, we're good with you being here as well, watching us live.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, however you're joining us, and from whatever app you're joining us from.
Too many, eh?
Well,
lots of apps out there.
Yeah, we're all over the place. We're heard in, everywhere. We know that. Everybody knows that.
We know. 70,000 strong, Sauerkraut, 70,000 strong. Here we go. Mr. Corey Stevenson, man, good to have you here, coming to us from South Carolina all the way up here to Canada. So appreciate you coming up here and spending some time with us. We're going to talk to you today about your songs, your life, and your music. Glad to have you, man. We'll be back here with Mr. Corey Stevenson in about 2 minutes here. So stick around here on Access Country Radio.
There you go. Yeah, let's keep on going. Anyways, during the meantime, while the songs are playing, are you playing a song of Corey's right now?
You bet.
Yeah.
You got Southern Pride on right now.
Yeah. So as those songs are on, you won't be able to hear it, but we can talk. This is what we have. It's called unheard footage, and we do stuff like that. So, is there anything that you want to discuss real quick, Corey?
I guess we talk about music or anything you all want to talk about.
Well, let's talk about where Corey Stevenson comes from. You hail from West Virginia, but you're living in South Carolina right now. How long you been in the Carolinas now?
Well, around, I'd say a good 15 years.
15 years. You were just saying, Corey, that music is a full-time gig for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how popular are you in South Carolina? Because you're getting popular all around the world right now.
I appreciate it. We draw really good crowds, especially in the Carolinas. A lot of support, more than just fans. A lot of these people are my friends, and we got a really good following. People come out and show support and listen and have a good time. Like you said, it's all about, like I said before, to me, it's a lot about a good time. If you have a good time, I think your crowd will have a good time. So
That's it. And you do have a good time. I seen you picking and doing your stuff up on a bar, standing there, kind of doing the Coyote Ugly thing there with your guitar in your hand. That was pretty cool. Mr. Corey Stevenson does have fun. Give me 1 second here, Corey. I gotta do something on the other end here. Hey, folks, that was Mr. Corey Stevenson, Southern Proud. We are live right here with Mr. Corey Stevenson and Access Country Radio. You're with In Conversation. Mr. Corey Stevenson, welcome to Access Country Radio and In Conversation. We are live back on the radio. We were just talking to Corey in between the song there about hailing from the Carolinas and his crowd up there in in the South Carolina area. Your popularity now is growing crazy around the world. I've shared your music myself personally with some friends in Ireland and Scotland who are now playing it on their radio stations. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about this sudden fame that, Corey Stevenson is getting after the release of, Cold December Wind. And man, that song just took off like crazy here at Access and around the world. So tell me a little bit about that song and where it came from.
So a good friend named Diana Aliff, she grew up with my dad actually, and she had a friend that committed suicide, and I'd also had a friend that committed suicide. And I really, we started kind of talking about that and how it affected us on the other end of the spectrum, and I thought, December, it's the coldest, and especially, West Virginia, December, January is the coldest months of the year. So the December wind kind of represents like a coldness that it kind of leaves in you. And there was a line in there in particular that I wrote that I think a lot of people from West Virginia would understand. And maybe in South Carolina, if you walk by a bottle, we used to walk the railroad tracks all the time. It's kind of like a spare time and talk. If you walk by a bottle on the railroad tracks and there's, a train constantly running on those tracks hauling coal. So you'll see that bottle gets smaller and smaller from the vibration and just corrosion over time. So there's a line in that song that says, "This broken glass laying on the street as I walk past reminds me of the time that's passed." So it just, a lot of that is written in kind of in like parables in a sense, and of basically the emotions that a friend or a close person to you committing suicide leaves.
It's a heavy topic, when you start talking about suicide and stuff, and do people really truly realize? Before that video came out, I got to tell you, it touched my heart even hearing the song, but I never put the suicide connection together till I saw the video. Do you get that reaction, or am I way out there somewhere?
The video that we released, it wasn't just suicide. It was people that, just lost people in general. And a lot of people that lost people that it didn't have to be with suicide or anything of that sort. It was just people that lost people from cancer or anything, Well,
that was the feeling I got, Corey, that it was more general. I didn't realize it had been brought out about, suicide until I started looking into you and the video. But what a topic. Like, it must bring back memories if you lost a friend to this, to even talk about it and to be able to put that into music and words, and to get the success that song has. That must have a pretty big impact on your life.
Yeah. I mean, I have a kind of like a personal assistant manager, woman that works with me. Her name's Robin Davis. And, she talked to me about the song after I wrote it. And, as soon as I played it, she started crying. And it was hard for me, actually, after I wrote it, and I went in to record it with Beverly and the A-Team. I told her, I was like, I hadn't even played this song since I wrote it, because I've done a video of it. And it was just so sad, so sad for me, really, as an artist. It brings back emotions of what I went through, and I'm sure it does the same thing for other people. And a lot of times, I mean, people kind of need to revisit that feeling, and I think that's what the song kind of brought out in people.
it's a great song. I got to tell you that. I play it all the time on my show, the Don Pearse Show, Coast to Coast on Access Country, and I got a great time. Like that when we first debuted Cold December Wind, we did a keep it or kick it kind of deal on that, and you got the quickest keep it in the history of Access Radio. 352 keep it's before we even started. The song was even over. It was just keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. My messenger just went crazy to the point where I had to shut off my phone because it was just the bing, 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 bing was interfering with the show. So, man, you got a great response with that. And, you talk about Bev and the A-Team. Let's talk about them a little bit. When you talk about Bev Goslin, Vern Goslin's wife, late Vern Goslin, we must say that. And what a team you got onto there. Like, how has she, helped your career along the way?
Honestly, she kind of, after you play in your, I won't say stale, but you kind of get to a plateau, playing clubs and things. And she come along at like the perfect time, because you kind of get, after a while, you kind of get discouraged, and you're like, well, is this where I'm at? And this is where I'm going to be forever, And she come along and she kind of give me some encouragement, and she really loved my songs, and that means a lot. She started managing me. When somebody believes in what you're doing and they're managing you, you can't really sell something if you don't believe in it.
I tell you, Bev's right on top of you, man. Like when we booked you in for The Cabin, you were a guest on our other show, The Cabin, and she was right on top of it, man. Like, is it going on? Where is it? How quick is it going to be aired? Like, she really wants, like, she looks after you. And we talk every day, me and Bev, about you and Enemy Line and some of her other acts. And I'm telling you, she's proud of you, man.
She's become, instead of a manager, she's become more like family. We'll get on the phone and we'll talk about business for a little bit, and then we just cut up for a little while. So it's great to have somebody that, like you said, cares about you, and we care about her and the Enemy Line. I mean, they've become like family as well. Me and Kurt will text about music equipment for hours on end sometimes.
Yeah, Kurt's quite the character. Yeah, I really enjoyed having them on the show. Another great Bev sensation that's rock in the country world. The Enemy Line had them on last week. Corey, let's talk a little bit about the future of Corey. Like you're getting into, Bev tells me that she wants to do some video promotions and some music videos with you. How are you feeling about all that?
I feel great about it. We're shooting, I think you played Southern Proud, and we're shooting the music for Southern Proud on, I think, January 2nd. So that's going to be great. And then the 22nd, us and Enemy Line, the band and my band and Enemy Line, we're shooting like a tour promotional video and playing a show together, which will be our first big show together at the Pump House in Greenville. They're coming all the way from Michigan to play with us down here, and I think it's going to be my birthday too, man. I'm excited.
Oh, nice. Speaking of Enemy Line, before we get there, Kurt Stone is actually in the chat over. There he is. Kurt Stone's telephone, it says in the chat. So over on Access Country Radio, check them out though over there. So just go www.accessradio.ca. You can talk to us, Corey, Don, and even Kurt Stone right now is on there, and I'm sure he's going to get on the horn with his sister, and then Kimmy's going to be over there too. So there you go.
Yeah, that's a great place we have over there, Corey, and at www.accessradio.ca on the countryside. Our chat over there is for the artists, so if you feel free every day to come on in, and you can collaborate music with the likes of Robert Eskridge and Lyle Manring and the bunch of them, So anyway, it's good to have you here, and welcome to Access Country Radio, folks. We are going to be back with Mr. Corey Stevenson right after his number one sensation, Cold December Wind, right here on In Conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut on Access Country Radio. Yeah, you can listen live at www.accessradio.ca and come in and join that chat today. It's wide open for the public, so come on in and talk to the folks that are in there and join the chat. Hey, we'll be back right after Cold December Wind.
There you go. So Kurt's saying that he can't hear us. He can only hear Corey right now, which is odd. But there's a little bit of a problem with the gain on your mic, Don, on my end, anyways. I don't know if you're able to adjust that. I don't want to throw you off right now and screw things up here.
It's got to go up or down, dude.
I think there's too much gain, or there's something going on. It's not balanced, anyways.
How's that?
Do that again.
How is that?
No, I think it's on the actual rig itself.
Well, I can turn it down. I can do that.
Let's hear again.
Hello.
That's a little bit better. Yep. Anyways.
Technical shit. Anyway, Corey, you're live on the air here with cold December wind. So you mean the radio can't hear us either, right?
Apparently, that's what Kurt Stone is saying, that they can't hear us on the radio. So I'm just going to tell them to do this instead. Hold on. I'll tell them to go visit us on YouTube.
Crap.
Unless you forgot to, you might have to hit two talk buttons, two mics.
I don't have two mic buttons on my system.
All right. Well, then, whatever.
I you know what I can do is I can, just kind of disconnect this whole shit and go back to my old mic system and get back on the radio.
But then you won't be able to hear us. Yeah, or you won't be able to do anything right now from this point. Because if you did disconnect all this and go to your regular setup, it's not going to work and you won't be able to hear us. So it'll just be, it's kind of one of those.
I hear you every day.
You won't be able to, though, because we set it up
engineer,
differently.
I get you, dude.
Yes, yeah.
See Corey saying, here we go again, man. Well, I don't know why they can't hear me on the radio. Yeah, I do know why. Because I don't have the damn thing turned up.
You idiot.
Well, that's just... Well, I had to turn it down because, remember I turned it down when we were adjusting sound on your mic?
Okay, yes.
Well, I turned the whole system down, and then I forgot to turn it back up. You know what? I'm done touching buttons, man. I'm done. Well, at least they can hear your end, Corey. Holy shit.
Yeah. But it's odd because actually Corey should be still coming through exactly the same channel.
He is, yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe it's Kurt.
Maybe it's Kurt. Yeah, I don't know. I just sent him anyways, just in case, over to the YouTube channel so he could check it out there instead if it's not working. So there you go. Candace, so glad to have you on. Corey, so Candace, is that somebody that you know, Corey?
I know some Candaces.
Candace.
I know some Candaces.
Candace Coy Kendall. I don't know if I said that right. Sorry if I slaughtered that name.
Candace is a really close friend of mine.
All right.
She's good.
Well, she's here on the YouTube channel. She's saying hi. She just stepped in here. There's somebody else on here called Skeeple. I'm not sure who Skeeple is, but might be somebody that you know. And then also we have a Grateful Citizen. They just haven't made a login or anything like that, which is okay. Papa Bear's in the chat. Jen P's in the chat too. So not sure if it's just maybe Mike that they can't hear or Mike. Don, rather. I don't know why I'm saying Mike. Or just, yeah. We also have Team CSB, which would stand for Corey Stevenson Band, I would imagine. Team CSB just logged into the chat, and they logged right back.
There you go,
out,
Mr. Cold December Wind right there on Access Country Radio. Sorry to cut you off, dude, but hey, I got things to do here on the radio side, and I'm hoping that they can hear me.
No, that's not. It's not appropriate. No way. Not working.
Oh, well, I got to do something, dude, man. You're just yabbering on there about stuff. So I just, had to interject. Hey, we're here with Mr. Corey Stevenson. I hope you can hear my end. If not, you're going to hear Corey's end anyway for the day.
Yeah.
Corey, great song, man. I got to tell you, that Cold December Wind. Every time I hear that song, it just sends chills from the, my ankles right to the back of my hair, and it stands up, man. Do you get a great response from that song, or do you get some guys saying, "Hey, it brings back some sad memories, man"? But I love the song.
Yeah, I've gotten a really good response from it so far, and the first show that I think we're playing all the. We're playing all the songs on the CD. I think we talked about just me playing that one by myself and just kind of breaking it down to just an acoustic guitar and me. And I think when I thought there was a video out there that I did the song, just me and an acoustic, and that video blew up, and that's the reason. I think that's the reason Beverly actually got in touch with me was a good friend kind of showed her that song, and then we traded off information. So that song has definitely been a blessing to me.
Yeah, you got a new one out too, that Drinking Like Hank. Let's talk about that one a little bit. Like that's a new release coming out. We debuted that Monday on our show. Like, let's talk about that. Where did that come from, man? Like, that's a whole different Corey Stevenson from Cold December Wind.
Honestly, Drinking Like Hank, it was the second verse was written first. I wrote my daughter, she's young, and she was about 4 when I wrote that song, and she kind of wondered where I went and what I was doing. Why's Daddy gone? She stayed with my parents, and she wondered why I was gone for a couple days, 3 days at a time playing. And so I've always kind of wrote from emotion or experience, and so I wrote that second verse. See you later, Daddy's gone for the weekend. Make money, pay bills. I hope you understand. That was all. That was kind of written to explain what I do to her, so it was kind of a letter to my daughter, honestly.
Yeah, let's talk about your daughter. You Miss Wiggles, you call her on every place, man. She's a sweetheart of a girl. Got a big fan in Mama there. I see her posting stuff about Wiggles all over the place. Single dad, I hear.
Yes, sir.
How's that?
Just before we, sorry, I don't want to interrupt and look like an arsehole, but because they can hear me, they can hear Corey, they just can't hear you. So if we have another mic for you to pop right into the board, do we have another mic for you, Don, to pop right into the board?
Yeah, I could do that on through the next song.
Sure. Why don't we do that? But finish this.
Put another one.
Yeah, finish this for now. And you on the radio that are listening from the radio, you'll just have to use your imagination and pretend what Don's saying is exactly what he's saying, right, Don?
Well, that, or I could just, you could take over.
I could take over. Yeah, but I don't know what you had prepared, what questions you had. I know. So what we were asking you was about your daughter named Wiggles. That's not her real name, obviously. That's not what's on her birth certificate or anything like that, right, Corey? But you call her Wiggles. Obviously, you have that little fatherly love there. So you're single father raising Wiggles. And I believe you're going to, what's it like balancing your music career with raising Wiggles?
Well, I'm honestly, my parents, when I'm out playing and stuff, my parents watch her and take care of her. And, but she's such a good kid, and she's actually starting to sing herself, and she's 6 years old and already holding tune. I'm very proud of her, and I'm very, very blessed to have her as a daughter. I love her more than anything in the world.
Yeah. No, and that's great. I mean, obviously, there's always that father's love for their children and stuff like that. And obviously, we always want to find out, how it all relates to running a family with, especially as a single parent, and being, music as your number one career, right? So being on the road and stuff like that, obviously, going to be difficult. But right now, I know that there's not much traveling going on anyways, I can imagine, in South Carolina where you are. What is it like? You're in South Carolina or Georgia? Sorry.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay. So what's it like in South Carolina with the COVID regulations and stuff like that right now?
Well, honestly, I mean, it's kind of, COVID in my area is not really that bad. So, but everything a lot of it don't make sense to me, while we're while we have to cut off at 11 o'clock. They let us play from, a lot of times we'll play from 7 to 11, and, cutting off at 11 o'clock, I don't see what that's helping at all. But, everybody's kind of cautious, and they'll wear their mask in and sit down and then take their mask off. And, we have this crazy rule that, we got to cut off at 11 o'clock, and it seems like, it's like COVID only comes out after 11.
Yeah. It only comes out after 11, and it only comes out if you're standing up. If you're sitting down, it's fine. That's why you can take your mask off while you're sitting down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have the same regulations that we have. They started shutting us down at 10 o'clock now. So apparently COVID didn't get the memo, or when we did the time change, it screwed things up for COVID. Maybe, I don't know. But that's it's either shut it all down or open it all up. By having it these 3 hours difference than what is usual doesn't really make much sense in any way to us anyways, but I'm not a medical professional by any sense of the imagination.
I guess they wanted people to start drinking earlier. I don't know, man.
Yes. All right, Don, you got that other microphone set up now? Oh, now I can't hear you at all now. No, I still can't hear you. I don't know what you did. Yeah. Got nothing at all on our end. Did you unplug that mic that you had plugged in for us? Or did you just plug in another one? No, so what we need to do is keep the other one plugged in still. Yeah, I don't know. I got no audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, and then keep the other one plugged into the board, and we should be good to go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be good to go from there. I said
doesn't mean we are, but
we should be. And because you're using the condenser, you'll have to have phantom power on there, because I see that's a condenser mic, right?
Yeah, that's my old one. I can't get at my other Shure mic, dude. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, that's not a problem. For the time being, we'll deal with that. So Don is playing with something here.
I'm going to hit a commercial up right now.
Sure.
On the radio.
Yeah.
And then we can come back to Corey here, so we're not just kind of letting the whole radio hear us try and fix this.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
Sounds good.
We're clear.
All right, we're clear off the radio. So, anyways, we'll keep on going. So, yeah, COVID is we know it's a real thing and stuff like that. It's just some of the regulations. It doesn't make sense how they're regulating it. I mean, they're concerned about seniors, which to me, I don't think there's very many seniors in bars after 11 o'clock anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're in more bars than I am playing. Not that you're an alcoholic, Corey, but just because you play music in the bars. So is there a lot of seniors in the bars after 11 p.m. anyways?
Not, I wouldn't, from 35 to 45 is mostly, the younger, I'd say 21 to 45 is where the bulk of the crowd is. I mean, I don't think anybody vibes out there past 11.
Yeah. So we're talking about the people that have like a less than a 1% chance of having negative side effects of it. No, don't get me wrong. You don't want anybody that gets it doesn't want to get it. It's not something great to have and say, oh yeah, I had COVID. It's not like herpes. You just don't want to say that you got COVID. No, I'm just kidding.
I heard that.
Yeah. What do you like? Are you thinking about like is the U.S. is now putting out them vaccines and stuff? What do you feel about that?
And if it stops all this, I'm all for it. I just I really think it's gotta. I mean, we've got to do something, and it can't live like this forever. To where you got businesses shutting down and people losing everything. And so, I mean, at some point, in my opinion, you just kind of got to take a leap of faith somewhere. So I think that vaccine is probably a good thing for the country, and hopefully it does its job,
Yeah, at some point, somewhere, we have to figure out something. And I saw a thing the other day that I laughed my ass off. It was a little bit of a meme that said, the good news is that they confirmed that there isn't going to be a microchip inside of the COVID vaccine, but unfortunately, everybody's going to get a free YouTube download onto their iTunes again.
Hey, we're back on the radio. I'm hoping that they can hear me now. Got a whole new system set up here. I'm hoping.
It'll take a minute for us to find out.
Yeah, no goat. Everybody will yell and scream pretty soon. Anyway, Corey, welcome to Access Country Radio and In Conversation. Glad to have you here. You know, we were just talking with Corey Stevenson about the pandemic, the new vaccine coming out. How is that affecting Corey's life at home with Wiggles?
I'm very careful. I try to at the shows. I was around. I'm around a lot of people, so I always use hand sanitizer and make sure I shower as soon as I get home and try to just try to take precautions as much as possible. So I've got her. She's out of school right now. She's doing homeschool, which I think is a good idea for me anyway. Just keeping her home and keeping her as safe as possible.
Yeah, Andrew does homeschooling too.
Sauerkraut,
the station, the owner of the station does that. So he's doing it. You do it. Sauerkraut, you homeschool your kids.
Yeah. And that's, you might have heard a knock on the door, and it was my kids giving me a Christmas card. If you could see that, yeah, Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad. That's what I was just interrupted with advertising. So they're now saying that they can finally hear you on the radio too. So we've figured this new system out. So we bought a new system and we've been trying to figure out how to use it. I kind of explained to Don, and now we know we just need a second mic. That's all. So next time he'll have it set up perfectly, and we won't look like idiots again.
Yeah, but that's our whole.
I guess that's kind of our shtick. Yeah, we're the idiots.
Yeah, Corey Stevenson's the star. We're the schmucks, right? We're just schmuck. That's it. We're them Canadian idiots that keep calling these guys down in the U.S. side, trying to get their career. Telling them how great we're gonna, and then they get on our show and they never come back.
Yeah, they call us. They say we have the funny accent, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we don't say it. We don't call Corey. Say roof.
Can you say roof?
Roof. Yeah. What do you put shingles on in South Carolina? Roof or a rough?
Roof.
That's it. See, we bug Robert Eskridge. Remember on the cabin, he said he calls it a rough, right?
A rough.
And in one of his songs, he says that the putting a new rough on. we just bugged the hell out of him for it, right?
Yeah. My father-in-law is from the States, and he says rough all the time. And he says ink pin because he can't say pen. He says ink pin.
It's an ink pin. Yeah,
yeah, that way we know what he's talking about, because a pin and a pen are two different things.
So
what's next in Corey Stevenson's life?
Well, the big thing that we got going on right now is we're playing. There's a place in Greer that I've wanted to play for a long time. It's called Greer, South Carolina. It's called the Spin and Jenny, and I'm doing a single release party there, which it's or the CD release party, and we sold out of all the physical tickets. Now you can only get them online. We sold out of those in a matter of 3 weeks. So things are going really well for us, and we're going to release the CD, and then. I think I was talking about it earlier that January 2nd, we're shooting the Southern Proud video. And, the song Southern Proud, I wrote that because, we talked about me being from West Virginia. Well, I moved from West Virginia to South Carolina at a young age. And honestly, the people down south have been really good to me. And there's just the hospitality here, and the way they kind of took me in is like one of their own, and taught me a lot about living in the South. So, I consider it's like I have two homes. I have West Virginia and South Carolina. There's no, so I'm very proud of the people that I met in the South and Georgia. Miss Beverly and BZ Custom Guitars. They endorsed me. So
who are they again?
BZ Custom Guitars. They're out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, and this guy does. I mean, his work on his guitar work is, to me, it's unmatched. I mean, I play different guitars. I play like the Gibson for the rock stuff, and have an old Fender Telecaster I play. But for a lot of to play all around, like if I play one guitar all night, I use that BZ Custom guitar because it's so versatile, and the neck on it is just, it feels great, man.
Perfect. You know that you talk about Beverly, and you know you're kind of over the redneck in training, as Lyle says. You know, it's your career has taken off. How's the family taking it? You know, you say Wiggles, you know, hangs out with Grandma and Grandpa quite a bit. Um, how's the family, you know, handling all your success and the
They
growth of you?
they all love it. My dad is actually, he's been the driving force behind my music. You know, I was 9 years old and got a hip injury and basically broke the ball joint in my hip off, and
Ouch.
I was bedfast for almost 2 years, and that's when I really started playing guitar. And he would sit with me and it takes a really good dad to do this, especially he was working in the coal mines and working really hard, and his days off, he would sit with me for hours on end, and he's always had a good ear for music. He really can't play nothing, but he's for hours and you know, make sure that I played things right, and just he was, you know, really supportive. My mom's been really supportive. My dad, you know, started taking me after I got out of the bed and, you know, was able to walk and stuff good. He would take me to the clubs at, you know, 13, 14 and let me play, and kind of, I got miles under my feet before, you know, before I even turned of age to play in bars, because he would take me out and let me get experience. And to me, honestly, when you're playing bars at a young age, like you learn so much so fast. Like you figure out how to read a crowd, and you know, if you walk into a place and you know everybody's you know 50 years old, you know what kind of genre to go into and or 40 and 30. You know, I separate things by you know really 10 years. So if I'm playing for this age, I play this style of music. So I kind of learned how to read a crowd and where to go. And you know, if like you talking about me jumping up on the bar,
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
element of surprise. That's one big thing in entertaining, you know. And I don't think anybody expected a big old boy to hop up on the bar and start playing.
Yeah, you know, if you folks out there, you really got to check out Corey's YouTube channel and go over there and subscribe. But that whole video is on Facebook now, and I don't know. I made a mistake of posting it. Now it's friggin' everywhere around the world, and people are saying, you know, I get responses from that video that I've posted and I've sent to a couple of my friends. Is man, how the hell did he get up there? You know what I mean? You're so big, and you don't really see you climbing up on the bar on the whole video that I seen anyway. You're just up there friggin' it. You can really hit them notes on that guitar, and you're having some fun.
Can you move your gold mic a little closer to your mouth for them on the radio? Perfect. A little bit closer. Yeah. There we go.
It was
I know.
Me getting up there. There's like 5 people holding the chair, because you know, like I said, I have really good friends that support me and follow me. You know, you see everybody over there trying to hold the chair still, so I hop up on a chair and then hop over to the bar, and and then see, the video got cut off after that, but there was a girl that hopped up on the bar with me, and she almost fell, and I grabbed her. But I mean, there was a lot that went on. It was pretty entertaining night, man.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I think about this all the time when I see young guys like you doing stuff like that. If I say to myself, if I was 30 again, you know, I could have some fun. You know, you got such a diversity in your audience though. Like on that video, like you seem to have all kinds of age groups there. They're not just the younger generation. You've got guys my age in there. Like seen some of the guys walk by that are my age. You know, like do you find it that you get a reaction from like the young and guys like me, like because I put you in kind of that outlaw crowd, you know, with the Rick Snyders of the world and the Travis Tritts and stuff like that. That's where the genre I put you into. You know, do you feel that way? Are you like are you just so in tune to doing any kind of music that people want to hear that you just do that? Are you a Pacific artist?
Honestly, you know, my biggest influence is blues and country. So I think you know, more Southern rock style. There's definitely some outlaw country in there. Merle Haggard was a big influence, and Waylon Jennings. And then, you know, nowadays a good band, local band around me is the Piedmont Boys. They're all really good friends of mine. So you know, I work really. I'm just try to play whatever I feel. Like I think we talked about it earlier. It's just, when I write, especially, that's, to me, that's really kind of being an artist, anything else, you're kind of tracing the picture and adding little things here and there. But as being an artist, I think, definitely country, Southern rock is outlaw country, Southern proud for sure.
Yeah,
It's all
that's a
along
great song. I love that song.
Yeah.
If Corey Stevenson can run into Corey Stevenson 5 years from now, what would he say to him?
It's hard to tell.
He'd say,
I
"Get
always
off the
get them
damn
with that
stage." No, I'm
question.
just kidding.
You know, I always get them with that question.
Do not jump off that bar.
Yeah. We got Corey Schroeder on here as well. I believe he's your drummer. Is that correct?
Yeah, Cody.
Or Cody. Sorry. Yeah, I'm Miss Dexlick today.
Cody is
Dysmexic.
You're always pissed numbing.
Man, I'll tell you what, Cody Schroeder, he's been with me for I went through a bunch of band members in a short amount of time, to be honest, because you got to find somebody that you gel with and you get along with. And Cody's just been like, he's been there through thick and thin with me, and we've argued and fought, and but I look at him like my brother. We're basically two brothers. Like I said, we'll fight, and in the next second we're shaking hands, hugging or whatever. He's just he's a great drummer and a great friend.
Like being in the music industry right now, like how stressful is it to try and keep things going with the band? You really can't, rehearse, and you really can't spend a lot of time together. Like, how stressful is that on a band?
There for a while when COVID first come out, we didn't rehearse for 3 weeks, and I was really strict on the whole, on everything. I didn't want my daughter getting it, or I wanted to be able to go around my dad, so we didn't play or perform, and it was very stressful. And finally, I called Cody. I was like, "Come on over. We gotta play music, man." Because to me, I guess you only live once, and music has been my life this long. So without music, it feels like I'm missing a part of me. So
Yeah, like when this first all came out, it was like, somebody was trying to make the music stop. Just, the venue stopped, the bars closed. It was like, the day the music died all over again. Like we talked about some of your influences like Merle Haggard and stuff like that. If you had a chance to tour with one of them guys, who would it be? Living or dead, it doesn't matter.
Definitely, probably Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, what a guy, that guy. Man, whew, there's an icon for you.
I just loved his, his approach to music, and he seemed, I like, I never got to meet him or nothing like that, but he just seemed really down to earth, and seemed like some of my crowd that I'd get along with really well, and I think his music, just that driving, it's I guess he kind of started this driving country that it's unmatched to me, as far as country music goes. It just kind of, it makes you bob your head, makes you really feel it, and I think he was kind of the innovator for a lot of the music that's been written after him, and I have a lot of respect for him. Him and Johnny. I love Johnny Cash.
You kind of been that whole group there. You got the Merle, the Johnny, and the Waylon, and of course, Willie. They kind of set new limits, I guess, for the music industry way back when they decided that they were going to be who they were, and just be the outlaw country. And when I watch your videos, you've got that drive. I see that and you just have so much fun with your audience. Do you ever just have to drive yourself just one extra step just to get up on that stage because of the stress and everything that's going on?
Man, when I honestly, there's nights, after, like I was telling you, play 5 to 6 nights a week a lot of times, and about the 5th night, you're like, you ride, we play Myrtle Beach, we play all over the state, so after that ride, especially when you're just getting back into town and you realize you got to perform, you got to push through, and there's never I try to give everything I got to every show I play. So.
And you never stop being a dad. So, you get home, you go to bed, you can say, and you get up and, Corey's dad now, so you get that whole life to live after that. You kind of live two lifestyles there. You got a second life as the Corey Stevenson country star, and then you've got dad, like, does Wiggles know that Corey Stevenson, the country star aspect of it?
Yeah, actually, she just had a recent surgery on her eye. She had some eye problems, so we got that fixed. Thank God. And we went in to get her pre-op done, and we walked in together. And before they put her to sleep, she was sitting there, and we was talking to the nurse, and she's like, "Hey, Scarlett, how you doing?" That's her real name, So, and she said, "Hey, I want you to meet my daddy. This is Corey Stevenson, aka the Guitar Man." So,
yeah. How do you feel about that kind of name people have laid on you, the Guitar Man?
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know where she come up with that at. I don't think I've ever been called a Guitar Man, but
well, you know what? I called you that the other day on the show.
Yeah,
and I got that from somewhere, so it's out there.
Beverly just joined the conversation here on YouTube, so I guess we need to mind our P's and Q's now, right?
No more cussing. Bev's in there.
I'm just kidding. Thank you for joining, Bev, as well. She's giving you some support here, obviously, and that's your manager, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, yeah, she's joined us here in the chat, and thank you for joining us and supporting Corey and all indie artists that we have on our show. Sometimes we have signed acts and stuff like that, but even though you have a manager, Corey, you're still essentially an indie artist. Would you say
still
that?
Welcome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Miss Beverly's been really good to me, but yeah, I'm an indie artist, and I don't think that especially nowadays, I don't think that that's such a bad thing.
No, the labels are dropping actually crazy. And that's the one thing about being an independent artist. When you get someone like Bev on board to be able to give you a little bit of a hand, people don't understand that you as an indie artist, you do everything yourself, and promotions and all that stuff. When you get someone like Bev on your side that's promoting your videos and, getting you on shows like mine and stuff like that, that's a big deal, and she is just recently, kind of met Bev through via emails and stuff like that, through reaching out with you and some of her acts. And man, she just seems to get the tier one acts, and you're talking about having a show with them and Enemy Line here coming up. I can see they were talking about a tour you guys are planning on our show the other day. Let's talk a little bit about that. How excited are you for that?
I'm really excited. And we talked about Kurt and Kimmy and the Enemy Line. They've, like I said, we're all just kind of like one big family. And Beverly said something the other day that kind of struck me. She said, she'd never seen two bands, share each other's stuff and work together like us and Enemy Line. And to me, that's what it's all about. You can't, music has got to be such a competition, and everybody kind of like, would try to cut the other one out and everything. But, to be able to work with people like Kurt and Kimmy and Beverly, we're all more of a family than, it's really not even like two different bands. We kind of go together and try to support each other, and just really good friends. That's the main thing. I mean, I couldn't imagine traveling with somebody, doing 40, 50 tour dates and not liking them. So
that would be tough. Yeah, that would be tough. When you get into that caliber, you guys are you and Enemy Line. We haven't figured out yet, Sauerkraut, if it's the or the.
It's the Enemy Line. With the vote, some people said that they liked, and the other people said the. I've interpreted it myself. I think it's pretty much 50-50.
We could do that too.
Yeah,
we could do that with Corey too. Is it the Corey Stevenson Band or the Corey Stevenson Band?
Well, Corey's right here. He can tell us.
Well, that's what I'm asking, not you.
Oh, okay.
however you want to pronounce it, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. You're not getting into this political shit, are you? That's enough of that. Hey, Corey, it's welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you. You're with Access Country Radio. And of course, we have Mr. Corey Stevenson, mega country star, going through the roots. You've got a new video coming out. Hey, we're going to be back right after we play Corey Stevenson's Drinking Like Hank. And we're going to finish off this interview, and you can catch this again on YouTube and stuff. But hey, we're just about at our hour timeline here. That we're trying to keep it down, right? We're trying to do things right now. So anyway, here he is, Mr. Corey Stevenson's with Drinking Like Hank, right here on Access Country Radio, and in conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut.
All right, so Drinking Like Hank sounds like a fun song.
It's a crazy song, dude.
What was Hank known for being a heavy drinker?
Yeah. No, not at all.
I'll tell you this. Hank Williams Jr. come to West Virginia, and I was still back there, and they threw this big big kind of like a country music thing, in a place called Logan County. A coal company threw it. It's called a Massey Coal Company, but they threw this thing, and he got on stage, and he was just hammered drunk, and I was like, he kicked his band off stage and just played acoustic, I think. I don't know, but
sounds like him.
I really don't ever went that far with it, but
I don't think Bev will let you, buddy.
No, beat me up,
She's a wonderful gal, I tell you. She texts me once in a while, asking about you and making sure the timelines are all the same, and she's a lovely lady, and she's gonna probably take you to the very next level. You've reached our show, so that's that to me, that's the next level. Anyway, Corey Stevenson.
That's the top. There ain't nowhere to go from here now, Corey. Sorry.
Well,
it's only down from here.
Yeah, you're going downhill from here because we got.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we you're an ass. Some days I just want to reach through this freaking screen and grab you. But anyway, now you lost my whole train of thought here with poor Corey. Corey's sitting here saying, all I want to do is go back to friggin' bed. Had a rough night last night. You can hear it in his voice, eh? You can tell when you had an artist on the show that's been performing all night, because the voice, it just gets all crackled, and I can hear him there in the background. He just really wants to take a drink of that water, but he doesn't know if he should.
Is that what we're calling it now? If we're calling it performing all night instead of drinking all night? Is that the new? Is that the code word?
Well, his mom might be listening, dude.
You can't drink past 11.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yes.
So then,
you just got to drink a little faster.
yeah, got to get it down quick.
You got to get it all in that short period of time.
Especially performing, I'll have a few drinks and I cut off. I don't. I really do look at it. When I'm up on stage, people pay to get in, and they're there to hear good music. So a few drinks is okay, but I think there comes a point to where it's like, hey, look, that's enough. You know what I mean? So I'll have 2 or 3 drinks throughout the night, and just enjoy myself. And a lot of times people will bring shots and stuff to the stage, and I had this guy that was like a guitar tech for me for a while. So, and I told him, I was like, well, I said, I'll give you such and such amount and, some free drinks. So they would bring these shots up, and I would set him in the back, and he'd see his hand come around the corner and grab a shot. I love that guy, man. He's in Florida right now, but he should be back before the 19th. So, but yeah, he's his name's Chris Aliff, and he's been really, really good to me too, and kind of takes care of me when I'm on stage, and makes sure nothing tears up.
Nice. Your quarantine act over there, do you have to quarantine from state to state, or is that just some states doing that right now?
I have no idea. I mean, we really, since all this started, we haven't went out of South Carolina other than Georgia to record Beverly. So I think really from here to Florida is just kind of open and more free.
And you were only going to Georgia so that you could vote for Biden, right?
Man, I don't get into politics at all.
Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you. I was just messing about the extra votes that were found. but it's easy to
don't
take
get
a
into
shot
that
on
politics
those.
shit.
Yeah,
Man.
no, I
There's two things
know that. Yeah.
We don't do that here. Like, we don't discuss politics and we don't discuss religion. No, not here. No, we don't do that. No. Anyway, Corey, we just finished playing, Drinking Like Hank, your new release. Is that your next radio big shot, or is it going to be Southern Proud?
Well, I think Drinking Like Hank is the radio song for right now, and then Southern Proud, we're going to do that video on the 2nd I was telling you about.
That's right.
And I think after that, we're really going to push Southern Proud, because I feel like, nobody's really written a song that's about the South and the way things are here, and how the people here are great. So I think it's kind of a voice for the people of the South, and they deserve their respect, and that song, that's what that song is about to me, is just saying, the South is full of good people, and really good people who supported me, and their hospitality to me down here. I've been to some states up north and stuff, and the hospitality in the South and the way people treat you down here is kind of unmatched. Because like I said, I moved from West Virginia. I didn't know a soul within 2 weeks. Everybody was just like family, and coming over, and they'd bring food over, and I hadn't never tried fried okra or nothing like that, and they'd bring me like different things to try and show me around town, and you don't forget things like that, really.
No, like that is like, I come from the trucking background in the early days of my life, and I tell you, the Carolinas is still my favorite spot in the world. I've been all over the world, and I'm telling you, the Carolinas, are best to none. The people down there, you're right. They don't care who you are, man. If you're in trouble, they just reach out and help you. I can remember getting lost, man. I was going way back somewhere, and holy shit, man, I don't know, going to some farm and picking up produce, and man, I was so turned around back there, and then back roads. It was unbelievable. And man, this guy, he knew I was lost, because I shouldn't have been there in a big truck. And he pulled over and he says, "You lost?" And I said, "Yes." He says, "Where are you going?" And I told him what farm I was going to. "Oh, old Charles' place. Come on, I'll take you right there." And he turned his car around. He had a car, and he drove me right to the friggin' place. Like, what hospitality! Can't get any better in the Carolinas, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and like I said, Carolinas, Georgia, everywhere I've been in the South is just it's kind of the same. People just treat you great, and they. I mean, I think there's there's something special about that. And,
yeah, before we get out of here, Corey, like, where could they find your music and stuff?
Right now, like I said, we got these CDs, and you can order them from us. I think in the next couple of weeks they'll be up on a little bit longer than a couple of weeks, but we're gonna try to get it up on iTunes and everything. And but for right now, I think I really want to get the CD as a whole out for a little bit, and then we'll put them up on the media platforms. But
yeah, Bev sent me the whole CD, and man, every one of them songs to me are number one hit. I believe that it's a great CD, man. Like, it's great music from top to bottom, and I really enjoy it. And I think you're going to make great success with that album. Not just the couple of songs that we have released here. Go check out Corey. What's your website, Corey?
Right now we just got a Facebook. We're working on getting a website built. But as soon as we get it built, it'll be CoreyStevensonMusic.com.
Right on. And so they can go to your Facebook page at Corey Stevenson Music. I take it on Facebook.
Corey Stevenson Band.
Okay.
Yeah, just write Corey Stevenson Band in the search bar, and it'll pop right up. I think.
It sure does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's how we connected with you, was with all your Facebook stuff. It's a great pleasure to have you here, Corey. Like, having an act as at your caliber is terrific. So
Beverly has spoken. She says it's the Corey Stevenson Band and the enemy
Corey
line.
Stevenson.
Yeah, and she spelled it THU just so that we would know it's the, not the. It's the.
There you go. I love, that girl, man. I'd hate to pee her off. I'll tell you, man. You got mama there, boy.
Yeah, we all love her. I think I speak for us and the enemy line. I think everybody loves Beverly. It'd be hard to hang out with her for a few minutes and not love her. She's just a sweetheart, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, as soon as Sauerkraut said that she was on the chat, my whole demeanor changed. It was like, you know, okay, now I've got to behave, make sure I don't drop the F-bomb. And I do that once in a while. So, and I've seen on the cabin.
But it seems how she's on the chat. She's going to have to now get us some more artists over here, I think.
Don't worry. You know, she's got a number that, don't worry, I got her phone number.
All right. Oh, good. Well, and,
you know, I can be a pain. I can be a pain.
Maybe what we should do is have her on the show.
Yeah, you know what? Bev's done some entertaining in her life.
Yeah. So we could do that. What do you think, Corey? You think we should invite her to our show, or you think she would just stand us up and tell us that she's too good for us?
I think you should definitely.
All right.
You know what I think we should do? You know what I think we should do, Sauerkraut? You know, I think we should get her in here with Corey and the enemy line, and have them, you know, in maybe another one of her acts or something, and get them into the cabin as a group, and let's talk about some music and what she plans to do with these kids.
Yeah. We also have Kimmy here. She's just dropped in from the enemy line. The enemy line.
Kimmy, we've got that figured out now.
She dropped in to say hi, and obviously speak to her favorite DJs. She didn't say my favorite DJ. Notice that she put an S, so DJs.
Hey, wait a minute. You know that you're a rock dude, man. You're not allowed to take any credit over here.
Yep. Well, today I can apparently. So because she said my favorite DJs. So there you go.
Well, yeah, no doubt, eh? So anyway, Corey, we want to thank you for being here with us on In Conversation with Corey and Don Pearse and Sauerkraut here at Access Country Radio and on Access TV Live. Man, your stuff's going to go crazy. Glad to have you here. Check out Corey Stevenson's EP on his Facebook page, Corey Stevenson, the Corey Stevenson Band, not the Corey Stevenson Band. Bev says so. So that's what we're going to do, man. Corey, thanks very much for being here. Anything you want to add here and get out before we say toodaloos and goodbye?
I just really want to thank you all for having me on, and I really appreciate you, sharing my music with people, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah, you're going to have some great success, and I obviously wish you the best of success. And you in your tour coming up with Enemy Line, you're going to have to keep us posted with that, if you don't mind. You know, give me some details, send it up to my email so I can get it out there for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. January 22nd, that'll be our first show with the Enemy Line at the Pump House in Greenville. So, you know, if anybody's listening there, you definitely got to be there. It's going to be a great time.
Oh yeah, we got lots of people listening in South Carolina right now, all because of you, sir.
So
you got a lot of friends here. The South Carolina feed has just gone crazy here. So you seem to have a lot of friends. I'm gonna end this show, Corey, with a song called "Moving On." You got something to say about that?
That's awesome, man. Thank you again.
Let's move on.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we got to do right here. Everybody, thank you for joining us here at Access Country Radio in conversation with Mr. Corey Stevenson, super megastar. Thank you for taking the time after working so late last night, Corey. Knew you got that gravel voice, so I knew you worked. Appreciate you coming here and taking the time. Hope that we can get you in here once again sometime. While you're doing your tour, maybe you and Enemy Line, the Enemy Line, can get in here and, share some details of what's going on in your tour.
Well, that'd be great. And again, thank you so much for having me.
No problem, Gary. Hey, you take care of yourself, buddy, and thank you for being here. And thank all of you who came in to listen today right here at Access Radio, www.accessradio.ca. Check it out, and you can hit us up on YouTube. If you missed some of this interview, it will be up shortly after, the Wise Kid over there does his stuff. So you can check it out again. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also go over there and check out the Corey Stevenson Band and, hit them up. Smash that button and get some likes over there for Corey. Man, Corey, take care of yourself. Have a great show, and obviously be safe, man. It was great having you here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Hey, that's Corey Stevenson right there, right here on In Conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut. Wait, we're going to leave this show right now, and we'll be back here about an hour's time for the Don Pearse Show, coast to coast. But right now, we're going to leave you here with Moving On and Corey Stevenson right here on In Conversation.
And just as we're finishing off on the radio, thank you very much for joining us from wherever you're joining
Thank
us.
you, folks.
Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below. Maybe over here, sorry. Or here, I don't know, wherever it is. If it's red right now, you need to turn it gray. If it's red, red's a bad thing. You don't want it to be red. You want it to be gray. Hit that subscribe button. Also, just make sure that that you hit the bell notifications too. Follow us. Make sure that that you're following us. That way, you get updates when we come on live or when we're putting new videos on of indie artists such as Corey. This will be available live or for replay right after this. Because the audio worked the whole entire time.
Holy jeez, did it actually do something right? Except for the whole time they couldn't hear me on the radio.
Right, but it worked here. So we're one step at a time. But now we figured out the radio thing too. Now we know what we need to do. We've got it settled. We've got the piece that we need. We need to get one of those pieces here, and then everything will be good. But thank you guys very much. I'm just talking to Candace in the background. I sent her a little message to hit us up. She's got a single coming out in January too. So
come on, let's get it on the air, man.
And she's the Candace as well. I'm not sure what her band is, but I sent her. She's got to get a hold of us at accessradio.ca accessradio.ca at gmail.com. Sorry.
You know what? You're so confused today. It's
accessradio.ca at gmail.com. That's the best email to get us at. Or you can find Beverly, and Beverly will give you Don's email. If you know Beverly, I'm not sure if you do or not, or if you're affiliated with her. If you're not, introduce yourself to Beverly too while you're here. She's I'm sure she's looking for new acts all the time, and hit her up. We also have other managing companies that we work with. Let's give them a shout out. We got Rosner Management and Dandelions of Courage that we're working with as well. So there you guys go.
We got Black Mountain. We got all kinds of them.
Yeah, we got
all kinds
lots
of them around the world.
Places that we work with.
The world.
Yeah. So, yep. And Kristen K. Smith, of course, we got to talk about her too. We can't just
super Nashville girl,
yeah. Can't just not mention her. So yeah. Anyways, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you've never hit the subscribe button below, we'd be honored to be your first. Pop that subscriber cherry, I guess, so to speak, and hit the notifications. And we will see you guys. Whenever next week, actually Tuesday.
No, we're off next week, man.
No,
Tuesday we're doing the rock guy.
Yeah, we're doing a rock guy on. We're not doing a rock guy. We're having.
Well, I'm not anyway. I'm too far away.
Yeah,
man.
we're having a rock guy on. Actually, pretty big name actually, and you're gonna have to wait to hear about it. He's got some pretty big names in the industry that are going to be following him as well. He's helping us with getting some big names. Just we're not going to do a rock guy. Let's just get that straight.
Have a rock guy.
But on that day, it's not going to be in conversation with Don Pearse and Sauerkraut. I'm going to scratch out the Don Pearse and make it Sauerkraut in conversation with Sauerkraut and Don Pearse. Because
why not? It's your
on
show
the rock
on that
side. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Don Pearse has the top name here, and I'll have the top name there, and that's how it will work.
I think we should change the name over there. To excuse me, it's Sauerkraut.
Well, we'll work on it, but
I know. You know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun, actually, for you to take the lead on this, and me to be able to actually sit back and enjoy the interview
and try to interrupt me whenever you can. Right?
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. But anyway, folks, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate that. Sauerkraut, again, welcome, and thank you for doing what you do on your end, man. It's pleasure always working with you each and every day, man. Appreciate it. We're off the air on the radio side. If you want to catch this on YouTube, please just join us later. If you missed some of it, you can. How long does it take to get up on YouTube, Sauerkraut?
It should be up almost instantly after I hit this button that says end stream. Should automatically go there. I think we're on Twitch right now too. I haven't even been checking our numbers on Twitch. I don't even know how many people are watching us on Twitch. But hey, if you're watching us on Twitch, hey, cool. I also got it so that we can do Facebook Live on that Access Radio page too. So we will be doing that very shortly again. Before we had some issues with it, but now we can do it. So yeah, hit us up there too, and we'll be all over the place, guys. The more you hit us up, and the more we can do. Okay.
Hey, let's not forget to tell them that they can also catch these podcasts on Spotify and all that stuff.
Yeah,
too,
you
right?
can catch our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Music, Alexa, Google. I don't know, everywhere where podcasts should be. We're on like 17 different platforms just for podcasts. We're on like 40 different platforms just for the radio. And then we're on like 5 different platforms just for live streaming. So, yeah, we work hard at this stuff, and we get all over the place. We get around.
But you know what though? I got a pretty good compliment the other day about Access Radio, that we are very well respected in the music industry, and that we are becoming now one of the largest radio media groups in internet radio.
Yeah, I guess what that means is that we're going to be and that we're going to get fired, because if we're to be respected, I mean, that's the last time somebody said that I was respected. I don't know. I think I was about 4 years old. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the article came out in that magazine, right? And people are with that we did, and people are it went all over the world, and now people are coming back from all over the world saying that them two guys are one of the biggest names in independent music, and one of the most respected two guys in independent music. And I just want to take the time to say thank you to all them people that actually come in and listen to us every day, because there's a heck of a lot of them, and a lot of people that we work with. I want to just thank them, all the management groups and other radio stations along the way that help us along the way. We are doing a syndication now with Cherokee Nation Radio with my show and stuff like that. So the station is growing. Got a brand new DJ starting on your end. Let's talk about that for 2 minutes.
Yeah, Neil. I can't really spill too much. We'll just use his first name right now, Neil. Yeah. And the show is going to be called Neil in the Middle. We were going to call Neil in Between, but now he's decided Neil in the Middle, because it's in the middle of what? Well, it's in the middle of coffee with sauerkraut, and then in the middle of... You'll have to stay tuned. But it's really also in the middle of the day. So it was kind of like a triple entendre or double entendre or an entendre. I don't know. One way or another, Neil...
It's a triple threat anyway, right?
Yeah, Neil will be joining us here on December 28th. That's his official start date, which is a Monday. He will be on the air on the rock side Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. right after my show until 1 p.m. He's doing a 3-hour show. He's going to be a rock god, so to speak. Cool. And he's going to be bringing in a whole bunch of people. He's actually already got 2 podcasts that are syndicated worldwide as well. So he's going to be bringing all of those fans all over to Access Radio as well. So we're growing.
Good thing we redid these servers, dude, because we had to redo them once, and now we're going to have to redo them again.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We're growing, and we're getting more and more people coming in and listening. Yeah. So, and what's good with that is that the more people that come to our rock station, we can funnel them over, because some people like rock and country, so we funnel them over there, and then more people to the country station, and then more people listening to the independent artists. Because honestly, on the countryside, we focus a lot more on independent artists than we do on the rock side. Not because of anything that we've chosen, but because, the rock guys are kind of douchebags. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'm a rock guy. But yeah, but it is harder. It is harder. In all fairness,
though, Sauerkraut, we've been concentrating on the country station for quite a bit, and now we've just turned focus to your side and your show. Yeah, that's it's a pretty popular show, man. Like holy, just amazes me the numbers you get over there so early in the morning.
Yeah, and we're building and growing, and we're going to continue to keep on going, and there ain't going to be no stopping Sauerkraut or Access Radio
no
for
way,
that,
man. Yeah. No way. We're in this for a long haul, buddy. Anyway, Sauerkraut, thank you very much, man, for taking the time, and thank you, YouTube, for doing what you do. We'll catch you again on Tuesday on In Conversation with a surprise guest.